points about industrial buying. When you are looking at industrial buying, you are looking at a few important things. You are surveying the intentions of industrial buying. Why do you want to go in for this industrial buying? The second one is you want to find out from the sales force opinions what is going to be the demand for this industrial product. So suppose it is a welding machine and you are producing this welding machine. You want to know what will be the type of impact this welding machine can have in the marketplace. That is, what will be the demand for this welding machine. Now gone are the days where you had welding machines big in size. Now the present day welding machines are small. You don't require an auto to bring that welding machine. You can bring it on your motorbike or the two-wheelers. So this welding machine, its size has come down so drastically that it can be just brought by a two-wheeler to the workplace and then the work done and he goes away with the welding machine, which was unthinkable a few years back. So this is how technology has developed. The developments in technology, they have contributed to terrific improvements in products. So this can be witnessed with respect to many of the manufacturing equipments. It can be seen very strongly in the field of electronics. It can be seen very strongly in the field of medical electronics also. So they have developed such a sophisticated catheter in the medical field that it can destroy the blocks without going in for a surgery. And this type of instrument, this catheter instrument, has come to India also. It is available in the JJ hospital in Bombay, now Mumbai. So the result is, this is the type of developments which are taking place in products due to changes in technology or advances in technology. So this big welding machine is now a product of the bygone area. It has become obsolete. You don't require such big welding machine now. Suppose you were still in that old Jamana, you are likely to be swamped by the market forces. So this is what market does when you are not keeping yourself abreast of what is happening on the technological front. So in order to update yourself on the technological front, you must always go in for expert opinion. So in other words, you may be the producer of these industrial products. You must go in for expert opinions to find out what is likely to come about. That is, what are the types of changes that you can expect in the coming days or months or the next few years, and how you should be prepared for that. So you should try to get yourself advance information. So the very hallmark of a good manager is that he should not get caught unawares. That is, he should not get caught unawares by the market developments. He must be able to anticipate what is going to come about, and accordingly he should brace himself to the situations. So one very good method of bracing himself to the situations is to constantly have expert opinions in his field of action. That is, in his product development field, what is going to happen. And side by side with these expert opinions, he must also show some ingenuity. That is, he must do some market testing. Put one product for not into the launch mode, but a trial. Find out how will the market react. So this is what is called the market test method. So make use of the market test method to find out how the market reacts for the changes in technology resulting in changes in the products which is being offered to the market by the company. Put some products, even though they may be industrial products, for trial in the market. So in other words, you do require some investment to do that, and that should be budgeted in the market budget. So the marketing budget should provide for some of these types of expenses. One of the methods of doing these types of market test method statistically is to go into a time series analysis to find out what is likely to be the trends which you can visualize. So if you really see, this time series analysis is likely to tell you how your sales is going to get influenced. Then only you can understand how the developments in technology are having effect on the sales. The four components of this past sales, major components, are one, the trend. What is the type of developments? It may be developments in your population. So maybe your product was catering to a particular age group. It might now be catering to that age group, might not be interested in your product for some reason. That is, a market age group might have really shifted away from your product. Maybe it is due to the developments in technology that has taken place, and the technology developments that has taken place has given rise to new products which are launched by your competitors, all those types of things. Then the result is you are not able to keep abreast of all these things which are happening in the market, since you are not having adequate capital, let us say. That is, this capital formation ability is not that strong in the company. This is a reason for keeping strong reserve bases. These reserve bases you should encash upon depending on what the market is wanting to come about. If it wants you to invest in technology to develop new products, you should fall back on your reserves and say, come on, we will see how our R&D can be braced to meet this situation. So this trend can be fitted by a straight line or a curved line through past sales. You can fit this through a straight line or a curved line through past sales. If it is a straight line, it becomes linear. If it is curved line also, still it can be analyzed without very strong problems. The next one is what is happening in the economic activities. So sometimes you may find that the economy is booming. Sometimes you find that the economy is under recession. If you really see, this is a debate which is going on with respect to the Indian economy now. So day in and day out, if you see the media channels, they are highlighting the effect of this economic activities. So many people saying that economy is on a downward trend, your GDP estimates are revised. First it was, that is, the country's GDP estimates were revised first by the RBI, then it has been lately revised by the International Monetary Fund also. So India wanted to grow at more than 7%. Now the latest figures which the IMF predicts for the country is just about 6.1%. The RBI was saying that it will be about 6.8%. The IMF has trimmed it down again to 6.1%. This swing in economic activity may be due to so many reasons. So if you really see in the Indian scenario, the type of reasons that are being given. One is the markets are sluggish. This is especially the reason with respect to the automobile market. If you really see the sales of automobiles over the last so many months, it has been constantly dipping. and even a very strong player, a market leader like the Maruti's sales has also dipped. The result is many of these companies are not able to have full production schedules. So you are not going to produce to stock the products, that is, stock your automobiles. That will be a very dangerous precedent. So many times when you have the car of 19, that is, you are likely to run into November very shortly. So you produce the car of in November, you are not able to sell the car even by December. Then what will happen? You may be able to sell that car in February of next. When you sell the car in February of next, your registration gets done for 2020, but the model of the car is 2019. The model of the car is 2019. Before it has come to your hand itself, it has got depreciated. Kindly note that. Suppose you want to sell your car, your model goes as 2019 model. It does not go as 2020 model. So before you can think of selling this car, you be prepared for nearly between 10 to 20% cut on this value which you have paid for the car. Then the third impacting event could be the seasons. It can be due to recurrent hourly, weekly, monthly, quarterly sales. So the job of the marketing man is to get reports from his sales team on a continuous basis. It can be with respect to your consumer products. He gets his reports on an hour-to-hour basis. What has happened? You can see big outlets like your Reliance Fresh or Big Bazaar. There the sales manager's job is to keep on constantly getting these outputs. How is the sale going this hour, next hour, like that. So by the end of the day, he would like to have a firm opinion on what will be the next day going to be, how much stock of which product to be increased, which product to be reduced, all those types of things. After these are some things under the control of the firm. The fourth one is not under the control of the firm. This is what is called the erratic events. Suppose there is a strike. You don't know when there will be a strike. Sometimes the strike can disrupt the economy in a very harsh manner. There can be riots also. So some issue, some people, antisocial elements take advantage of the issue, cause riots. Then political parties also wade into the trouble. The result is your business gets hit. Your business may be hit other than these strikes and riots due to other disturbances. These are all some things beyond your control. So many times you find that in a place like Japan, earthquake itself is unpredictable. Today you may be having a normal day. Tomorrow, all of a sudden you may find that economic activity has suffered due to these sudden earthquakes in the region and this tsunami. The tsunamis can really impact the economy or first your business, then the economy itself drastically. So these are the types of things over which company does not have any control. So if it is a strike in your company, maybe you may try to avoid it by having discussion or dialogue or trying to have negotiations with the employees. Suppose it is getting affected due to some other strikes, then you don't have any control. So these are the four components which are likely to impact the past sales. You can just get an idea of how your new products or the changes in products are likely to come about in the next seasons due to this. That is the trend, the cycle, the season and the erratic events. I would just illustrate to you all this by taking an example of an insurance company. Suppose this insurance company sold 12,000 policies last year. Your job is to project the next year's December sales. Then the long term trend, some indicators are given to you. The long term trend suggests, let us say, there will be a 5% sales growth in policies, that is in the sale of the policies. So if you had sold 12,000 policies last year, you can expect 12,600 policies to be sold this year. But you are also getting inputs that the economy is going into recession next year. Recession has already set in. The result is the predictions suggest that only 90% of the trend adjusted sales probable. So you are not likely to have 5% over the sales growth, but only 90% of the trend adjusted sales possible. That is 12,600 into 0.9 giving you 11,340. Now, suppose you want to get this monthly sales, keeping this sales per month to be the same over the entire year. Every month you should get 945 sales of these policies. But normally, an insurance company finds that in December, above average monthly sales can be expected. That is, you can expect a 30% rise in December. So at that rate, you are likely to get 1.3, that is 945 into 1.3, giving you 1228.5 as the policies that may be sold. Suppose there are no erratic events expected, that is your strikes, riots, or these other types of disturbances, then you can predict your December sales to be around 1228.5 or 1229 as the case may be. But this is subject to this last trend, that is that fourth trend, this erratic event does not come about. So if it does not come about, you can say the number of sales policies that are likely to be sold in next December will be 1228 or 1229. So we stop here. We will continue in the next class.